New listings are up 9%. Here's what that means for buyers and sellers in Chisago County. April stats are out. One of the common themes or the most important data point that we're seeing is the fact that new listings are increasing. Now, that will trigger a couple of different effects, but really, in reality, what does that mean for a buyer? What does that mean for a seller? How should each of those segments or those people be looking at this market? Josh, what do you think?
So with the new listings increasing, it's giving buyers more options out there. But what we're seeing a lot of times with buyers is the houses that are under 500 are moving relatively quickly, but also they're going out there and they're seeing 4 houses, and the one they really like is the one that's sitting in multiple offers. The one they didn't like because it was probably priced too high is still sitting there and continuing to sit and going through multiple price reductions because it's not priced up front. And so it might be something, and we've talked to a couple of our buyers about that, of if the house has been sitting for a week or two, go back and look at that and re-offer and try to negotiate that price versus if you're at the top of your budget or want to stay within a price bracket, then going out and finding the new thing that's hit the market and there's 10 showings on it and 3 offers and you're competing for that. So it's A, the inventory is giving you more options that are out there, but B, depending on where you want to be as the buyer, you might need to change your strategy a little bit based off of that.
It's helpful to see new listings are up. We've noticed the last few months that new listings have actually been down, which is really not a very good thing for the market with inventory as low as it is. Being the fact that it is going up is helpful. It's helpful for buyers. It's actually in a way, maybe not as helpful for sellers, but sellers have the power right now. But I think understanding that there's this giant difference in market stats and what's happening with 450 and under, those are selling like crazy, multiple offers. It's insane. And how different that feels from 450 or 400 to 650, which feels a tad bit slower than most other price ranges. Then also, as soon as you see the stats of 750 and plus is how many sales are happening in that price range. So when we take all of these stats together, you kind of have to see okay, well, this is happening in this price range, but this is happening in this price range. So it's really this tale of 3 different stories essentially of each one of these price range. But in reality, when it comes to new listings being up, it's going to open up some more options for people. It's going to cool off this kind of fight for properties, which I think is a good thing overall for the market, specifically for buyers. But I think there is this underlying piece that sellers need to understand is it works or it doesn't work kind of market. This is not a, hey, let's try this price and see what happens. Because man, people are being punished for that 100%. This is I need a good strategy. I need to implement that strategy and do it correctly. If I don't, house is going to sit on the market. Price reductions are going to happen. Buyers are going to avoid it completely. I think that the sellers with the incorrect strategies are losing out a ton in this market because I think buyers just notice it, right? And what do you think? What do you see when I say something like that when it comes to that difference of why is a buyer treating properties that are on the market for 10 days versus properties that are on 1? It's massive though.
Right, it is massive. And it comes down to they're going, why is that one still sitting here? Why didn't that one sell over the weekend? Or why hasn't that sold over the last 2 weeks? What is wrong with it? Who's been in there? They're not liking it. Or did it go on the market, come back off the market for a reason? Just all of those situations. Buyers are so educated now with everything that's out there. They can look and understand and see that, hey, this property doesn't compare to that one, so I'm going to avoid it. Or yes, this one's been on forever. Why is it sitting there? What are drawing all the questions of why and talking themselves out of going to look at it, even though it may be the perfect property for them.
I think that's really important to understand in the 450 to 750 or 600, 650 price range, because understand that those buyers don't have to buy. Plain and simple. They have the 3% interest rate. They have these really houses with low interest rates. They don't have to do it. So as soon as you have a buyer come to your house that doesn't have to buy your house, you have to have it right. You have to have it staged correctly. You have to have it positioned correctly. You have to have it priced accordingly, because if it's off just a little bit, they'll go, maybe not. Maybe I'll buy next year. That's literally what's happening, I think, to specifically 450 to 650 price range. So understanding those principles, but also understanding that, hey, in April, what's the biggest signal that we've gotten is new listings are increasing. So that's helpful for this market, and I think for people to find the right property that fits for them and to help hold prices from skyrocketing even more. So that's what it looks like for April in the Twin Cities real estate market and also Chisago County. If you're interested in potentially selling this year, we have a helpful resource for you. Click the link below to download our Sell Smart, Buy Smart plan to help you understand if now is the right time for you.